It is our pleasure and privilege to invite our chief guest, Colonel David Devasahayam, Chairman, Radiant Group of Companies, Chennai, to address our class of 2015 on this, their very special day.
Most Reverend Dr. G. Devasahayam, the moderator of the CSI Church, all the ordained dignitaries, the principal, Mrs. Suchitra Samuel, the other distinguished guests, all you wonderful parents who are looking at your children with so much of pride today, and above all the lovely children of the St. John's School who are graduating today. I was just thinking, normally as an army man, a former military man, I always come dressed in a black suit. So today I thought, let me be a little different, and I came dressed in a bluish suit to find that all the students also dressed in a similar blue suit. So I find right from the beginning you're all identifying with me, and I hope you'll be able to take some lessons from what I'm intending to say today. Today I speak to you more as a father, because my children are much older than you, and I would like to draw from my life's lessons. Because life is so strange, Periodically, all of us are very important, very relevant today. But then slowly we become irrelevant and insignificant. And life, like a computer, it deletes and then it reboots you all and you replace us. And so therefore, it's our responsibility to pass on to you what little we learn in this life's beautiful journey. I like to draw a few lessons. I know everybody must be quite tired sitting down with your suits on, so I'll try to keep you interested with what I have to say. The first lesson was taught to us in middle school. Those days in the convents we used to have something called moral science. I don't know whether it's still continuing today. And we had a nun who was Sister Furtado, very small, insignificant looking lady, but who taught us an important lesson. And what she called the fist principle, the fist. She said that your hand is one of the most delicate parts of your body. The fingers are all very delicate. But when you put your fingers, say 4 fingers together and press them onto your palm, and then press your thumb on top of it, what emerges is the most determined and strong part of your body. So she said, let me explain this to you further. She said, each human being is like this fist. The first finger, she said, stands for integrity and character. Without integrity and character, we are nothing. And God has manufactured all of us very beautifully. We don't have to look anywhere, because inside us there is a beautiful inbuilt voice called the voice of conscience, which tells each one of us at every point of our lives, however old we may become, that this is right and this is wrong. So please do not put your voices of conscience on silent mode, and remember that the first finger stands for integrity and character. The second finger stands for sincerity. In everything that you do in your lives, be sincere. Whether it's in your friendship, whether it is your devotion to your parents, or your preparation for the next day's exam, please be sincere. The third finger stands for hard work. I'll apply an adjective to it, intelligent hard work. always work very hard. There are some people who are a little more smarter than the others, but there's no such thing as brilliance. It's essentially hard work and painstaking hard work. So always work each day as if it's your last and work very hard. And the fourth important aspect is discipline. It's self-discipline. It's not what is imposed on you or the fines that are imposed or the kind of discipline we have in the military, which is based on the Army Act, but self-discipline. Particularly when nobody is looking at you, no one is looking in your direction, even then you choose the right path. So with these 4 fingers, we asked her as to what is the thumb. And she said the thumb is the most important thing, because if it doesn't hold the 4 fingers down, you cannot form a fist. And she said the thumb is your mind. From the time you're born till you die, there is just one battle that rages within us. And that is the battle to control our own minds. A mind which can help you conquer, or a mind which can take you on paths of temptation and the wrong paths. So if you can control your mind, then you become a very strong and purposeful fist, a very important member of society, and you can contribute majorly to this society and to the nation. So that's the first lesson. Slightly long, but I hope I could communicate what I passionately believe in. And this is holding us in good stead, even today. Second lesson was when I joined the National Defense Academy at the age of 16. We had to get up at 4:15 in the morning. And at 5:15, we had to be fully ready, fully dressed and standing on the parade ground. But in the midst of all that, we had to do one thing, and that was to make our own beds. We had to make our bed as if no one had slept on it. So we used to plan for that very carefully, manage our time, and we used to at times change bed sheets, put pillow covers, straighten the edges so that the bed looked as if we had never slept on it. I never understood it during my 3 years in the National Defense Academy and 1 year in the Indian Military Academy as to why we did this. But it taught us a very important lesson in life. And that was, the time will always be short. But in the midst of that, you must find the time to attend to minute detail. All through your lives, if you take care of the small things, my dear young friends, the big things will take care of themselves. If you have an examination tomorrow, please ensure that your ball pens have the right refill, that the pencils are sharpened, the eraser is there, the scale is there, that you packed it all up. The geometry boxes, the compass, the point is still working. You've got to look into all those details. If you have to catch a bus, you have to be there 10 minutes before time. If you attend to these smaller details in your life, you will find that the larger details will take care of themselves. So one advice I like to give you all, as you all now young men and women, is all through your lives carry a small pocket notebook. A notebook in which you make notes, a to-do list as to what you need to do tomorrow, and try and achieve that. That way you'll never feel that, what was that one thing that I remembered but now I don't remember. That'll never happen to you. And that is the essence of control and passing through life systematically. The third important lesson was that I had done 29 years in the army, and we had fought for nearly 12 years. I had fought the militancies. It was a very violent way of life. And my lovely wife, who was a medical doctor, sometimes I used to get her on medical deputation as well, so that she could attend to my soldiers who were getting injured in the battlefield. But when we came to this beautiful city, Bangalore, I was doing exceedingly well in service. But there was a restlessness in me. And I was attending the same St. John's Church. And I'm fortunate to be sitting next to the pastor who was there at that time. And I used to talk to Renuka and say that, I feel as if all those young people are misguided. And I wish I could generate employment. I could do something on my own and generate employment. So it was an idealistic notion on which one left service, took voluntary retirement, and set up the Radiant Group of companies. And today I'm really proud to say that we are able to give thousands of jobs across the country, regional offices in every capital. And it's all because of God's grace and the courage to change track. Fortunately, I had a wife who was fully supportive. So the point I'm trying to make here is, sometimes in your life you may choose a career, you may not be very happy. Not that I was not happy in uniform, I did 29 years. It's only that the continuing violence made me want to make a difference. But if you ever feel at any stage of your life that you need to do something different, please have the courage to make a difference, to change the track and try again. I'd like to give a great example in our country. At the age of 62, a man who had a small textile mill in Mumbai wanted to set up a luxury chain of hotels. He's also from the services. I'm talking about Captain C.P. Krishnan Nair. And then after his wife, he named the Leela Kempinski in Mumbai, the first hotel that he tied up with Kempinski Group. And today, the Leela Palaces and Resorts is one of the most reputed brands in the country. And he set it up at the age of 62 and passed away at the age of 92 after having earned a Padma Bhushan. Padma Bhushan. So that's the thing which I am saying, that it's never too late to change track. So never get desperate or feel bad that I've chosen the wrong career, that I'm somewhere that I shouldn't be. You can always make a difference. You can always make a change. And the last thing which I like to say is that all of you are very bright young people from privileged backgrounds. Many of you will go abroad and you'll study and you'll get a lot of experience abroad. I like to say that go abroad, study, gain a lot of work experience, but have the courage to come back to our country. That's extremely important, particularly as our country today is the country of the 21st century. And I like to quote two examples. Sam Petroda was an extremely successful entrepreneur abroad, decided to leave all that and came back. And those of us who remember from the 80s when the first ISD STD booths appeared in the country, he mapped the country communication-wise. And it's on the basis of this platform that today the mobile revolution has happened. And India is one of the most mobile advanced countries in the world. Because one man had the courage to dream. One man, like even some of our older teachers used to tell us that be like a person who's panning for gold. When you're looking for gold, you've got to pass through tons of dirt and then you get a few grams of gold. So in a country like ours, which at times is despairing, which causes desperation, one feels sad. Only look at the positives. Concentrate on the positives, however less they may be. And if you focus on the positives with unbridled optimism, you can make a difference by adapting to the requirements of this country. Another great example is Dr. Raghuram Rajan. He was the chief, he is the man who predicted the recession when he wrote that beautiful paper in 2004. Everybody laughed at him and then Wall Street had to eat their words. Raghuram Rajan was the chief economic advisor in the International Monetary Fund, earning an astronomical salary. When the Indian government invited him, he left everything and came back to be the RBI governor. And this year, his whole effort is to to bank the entire Indian population. And they have opened 1.25 crore bank accounts. It is the courage to dream that you must always have. And if you have the will to persevere and the dedication and determination to succeed, the world is always at your feet. It was wonderful seeing you all in your grays and blues, in your pinks and blue saris, and all of you looking so radiant and so full of dreams in your eyes. And today, as a father, I pray for each one of you that may all your dreams come true, because along with your dreams, you will be building the foundation of this very beautiful country of ours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.